How we doing, everybody? My name is Sam, and I am super excited because we just received a package in with 2 new tortoises that I own one already, but this is a different locality of these animals, and I'm just super excited because this is a bit of an older 2 pair, and it's gonna be really cool because I'm working on building a group up of these right now. I look really pale today, it's kind of weird. But, you know, I'm gonna be unboxing these animals, so let's take a look at what we got. Alright guys, I've already gone ahead and taken the tape off, so let us take a look at what we got in here. Oh man, these are probably one of the coolest tortoises I've ever unboxed. I'm so excited. Here we have my female, and this is a Hermit's tortoise. However, this is a Western Hermit's tortoise. You got a little calcium on her shell here. And the little bit larger one here is the male. So these are both of the Sardinian locale, I think it was. I'll double check. I'll put it up on the screen if it was, but I believe these were the Sardinian locale of Western Hermits. Super cool. Alright, so I got them set up in this tub here. So what it is, it's a 50-gallon Rubbermaid tub that I got from Tractor Supply. This isn't going to be their full-time enclosure, but, you know, for at least a next year or so, they will be in here. I have it set up so they can get some nice space and grow out in it as well. But these animals are just so cool. I am so excited to be able to finally have an older pair. I do have a young Apulia locale, which is my favorite locale. He's in there in his little tub. But these ones are a little bit bigger. Now, you can tell that their shells are a little bit pyramided. These were both captive born individuals, and the lady who had them originally didn't really take the best care of them. It's hard to see, but the male has a bit of an overgrown beak. I don't know if you can tell. We will have to basically work on getting that file down. I might have to file it down myself, but I do have some cuttle bone as well as a clay saucer here, which will help wear down their beaks as well. Now, for those of you that do not know, there are technically 3 species. I know there's a big debate about one of them, but there's 3 species of Hermit's tortoise. You got the Eastern, which are some of the individuals that I have down here. You have the Westerns, which is this guy, and these guys, and then you have the Dalmatians, which in my mind, the best way to explain the Dalmatians is basically a mix of the 2. But the Westerns are the coolest ones, in my opinion, because they stay a bit smaller in most cases. They have amazing black coloring on their shell, much more vibrant yellows, and their plastron is also completely solid black as well, where as with the Easterns, they are split up in the chevrons at the bottom. Super cool. They're a little bit rare. They are endangered. But most of the tortoises that you guys will see at reptile expos and stuff are going to be Eastern Hermits in terms of the Hermit's tortoise. Westerns have a lot of localities. So you got the Peninsula Italy, you got areas of France, and a couple other areas and islands and stuff as well. Now these guys are having a lot of issues in the wild because not only are they collected for the pet trade, they are having issues with interbreeding with not only the other Western Hermits, but Easterns, and I think Dalmatians as well, because all their habitats actually intertwine. So finding a lot of the pure locales of these animals is becoming more and more difficult. However, there are a lot of people breeding, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there are people breeding these in captivity, which is good, and we need to make sure we are expanding on breeding those locales with each other's. We don't want to mix up the different locales of these tortoises because that's going to create more issues causing impurities within the species itself. Nonetheless, I am super excited to be working with these animals. It has been a little bit of a hassle trying to find some Western Hermits, but you know, I'm now up to 3, so my population is building, And what I'll be doing is growing these up as well. There's a little ladybug right here on this container. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me flip this camera. It's kind of funny. We'll have to get rid of him. But very, very exciting to be able to have these animals. I'm internally grateful, and what I'll be doing is growing them up in this enclosure for a little bit. Once they get big enough, we'll probably have to expand a bit. But, you know, this is something that'll suffice for, I would say, at least a year or two. I will be adding some more stuff in here. It is a little bit more bare, but I do have some fake plants which they like to hide under. I do got their water, I got their food bowl, and then in terms of their lighting and heating, I'm using an Arcadia UVB bulb. I think it's the 14-inch one, I'm not 100% sure. And I'm also using an Arcadia halogen lamp as well. Got it tied up here with some zip ties on top of this husky shelving. So I wish the shelf was a little bit lower because I can see into the top of this if I stand over it like that. But, you know, if you're standing far away, this is almost at eye height right here for me. So it is a little bit higher than I expected or what I wanted, but, you know, these cages, I can't make them go any lower because I just spent so much time reorganizing the whole reptile room to make everything much more efficient for the winter time and just, you know, for the future itself. So I'll deal with it. It's okay. It doesn't really matter as long as they have a good setup, and what I like to do is step on this little chair here and take a look at them. Regardless, I am super excited to have a pair of these, and hopefully within the next couple of years they should be ready to breed. Obviously we'll have to give it some time and all that. We want to make sure they're healthy because it's clear they haven't been subjected to the best conditions already. You can see the raised scutes and everything, and plus his beak is pretty badly overgrown. So we got to do a little bit of time, love, and care with these animals, make sure they're healthy, give them some nice weed filled diets with a lot of good green stuff in there for them to eat. So we'll be getting a lot of dandelion weeds and clover, different other types of weeds, as well as mixing some additional supplements in there as well. But thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video, and we will see you next time.